Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here, and welcome to my review of the 1927 film Sunrise, a song about two humans, which is a silent movie, so in which case the title, A Song of Two Humans, should be replaced by A Tale of Two Humans, because there's no song, diegetic or non-diegetic, in this film, as there's no speaking, and we do get music, but there's no song, so I think, and also the closest to speaking as some now grumpy people yelling, but that would have been added later as a sound effect along with the music. So let's dive into this silent film, and this is another one of the ones we are looking at in Introduction to Film Studies at this semester at university. So with this one, the story is a man is having an affair with this woman from the city, and this woman in the city, she tells the man, who's a farmer, to kill his wife, and so they can run away to the city together. So the man takes the wife out on a trip to the lake. They have a boat trip. He's conflicted with himself on whether he should kill his wife or not, and when he goes to do it, he can't do it. Once they get to shore, the wife runs off to a nearby train station, or tram station rather, and the husband follows, trying to get her forgiveness, try to retain his love. When they get to the big city, they eventually do retain the love after visiting someone's wedding, and eventually they have a brand new lust of love and life with each other across the remainder of the film, in ending up with them being so full of love and joy and happiness. So when they go back home, they are really happy. However, a storm arrives and causes the boat to topside. So the two have to. The man thinks his wife is drowned, even though he's stuck some reeds onto her. Eventually, the wife is found and saved, and the husband and wife are reunited at the end, with the woman from the city being scared by the husband when he almost attacks her in a way, and she leaves. The end. So, yeah, the most interesting stuff is actually what happens in the city. Oh, by God, this film takes its bloody time. Jesus, it's an hour and a half, just over, and oh my God, it's so slow. Even if this film had dialogue, in fact, if it had dialogue, it'd be even slower. It takes its time to even start, to be honest. After the titles, it's talking about people going away on holiday for vacation. It's vacation time, and eventually we get to the farm where the woman from the city is staying, and it's revealed she's lingering there longer than originally intended, because she's gotten this relationship with the farmer known as the man. Yeah, none of these characters have names, it's just the man, the wife, the woman from the city, the barber, the photographer, and so on. Which is fine, they don't need to have names. We know who they are, well, most of them. But the story the pacing is slow. Just slow, and not even in a character building or world building sense, or even in a storytelling sense, it's slow. It takes about half an hour or so for the man and the wife to be on that boat and rowing across, and then the attempted murder, I'd say it takes about half an hour. And then it's another 15 minutes till they're in the city doing stuff. Well, starting to do stuff. I mean, I think it's about just before halfway that they've gone to see the wedding via the little cafe. And how they've gone to the barbershop. I think it's around halfway they're at the barbershop. Then they're at the photographer's. I will say the barber and photographer shop scenes are the two best scenes in the film, followed by most of the last act. But we'll get to that and then they go to a fun fair, and it gets slower again. It just slows, and then the pig escapes, and they have to go chase that. Okay, for story-wise, I'm fine with that, but the pacing is so slow. It's getting unenjoyable. The second time I watched it, I was really uninterested for the most parts, and I really couldn't care for the fairground and pig scenes at all. It really didn't work. The restaurant scene that followed was fine. Then they went back to the city, back to the farm. Then things got good again when a storm came along, and we got some sort of tension with them fearing that each other had, with the man fearing for him and wife fearing for their lives, and then the man not being able to find the wife, and everyone having to go out and find her. And that was good, as is the ending where they can't find her. The woman from the city comes along, and the man almost attempts to kill her as well, out of anger. And then they find the wife in the sea, and the man goes back to help her into bed and look after her. And there is this guy who explains that he knew the tide was going to come out. Yeah, if this film hadn't been as slow, I think that scene would have been even better. That bit, the bits focusing on the guy, talking about him knowing that the tides would be out by this point in time, I think that would have been a bit better. But it's just so slow paced, and they just they just hold on these characters. The scene, they don't just stop that scene after a short while after he has explained how he knows. They're just talking and laughing with each other for another couple of minutes. And goodness, in fact, this film does hold on some stuff for quite a while. The photographing scene is very good, I'll give him that. I really liked that photographer. He had a couple of great moments. It's a shame we didn't get more of him, because I think he would have been a great character. The barber also had some nice moments, but he didn't get much screen time either. But I did like the fact that the two main characters were a little jealous of another woman or another man in the vicinity, with the other woman giving the man offering to give him a pedicure, and the wife is like, well, quite not like that, but... And then this ruddy, rude man sits next to the wife and tries to flirt with her in a way, despite her not her trying to ignore his passes. To be fair, if I didn't know she was married, I would have done the same. Maybe not so, maybe a bit more discreetly or nicer. And the husband is getting a bit annoyed by this other guy trying to make the moves on his wife. Fair enough. But then he gets out a knife and kind of cuts off the flower on the other guy's lapel, which he had taken off from one of the wife's flowers and stuck it on. Okay, that bit was rude. So, a bit of a question, but one. The actors do have to make without dialogue, but the actors all do great performances, and I think they are the best things about this film, alongside the great set design. But the story and the pacing is just so slow. I can't really get into it that much, apart from a couple of scenes in the middle and towards the end with the tension stuff. Most of the earlier stuff isn't that great, and whilst I do like the man conflicting with himself, it is still taking its time. And yeah, there is a thing about taking your time to build up a story and characters and world, and then there's just taking your bloody time. In a visual sense, it looks good, but it's not like the past couple of films we've looked at where it looks amazing cinematography wise, nor is it edited amazingly. I think, well, considering it's 1927, but then again, Sherlock Jr. had such great camera work and editing wise along a similar lines, and yet that one still turned out to be better despite a shoddy ending. I think that one just had the better story, full stop, to be honest, and I think the characters and actors were a bit more engaging. I mean, true, that one was almost half as long. It was about half as long as this film, or almost anyway. But then again, they still gave us interesting characters. And this one just, I think this one just takes its really time. And, just couldn't quite get into it as much as I tried, especially on the second time, which in terms with another film we watched, Suspiria, that second time saved that my opinion of that film. I thought it was better on a rewatch. Hero, not quite as much, but it was still a goddamn great film to watch. This one, not only has it gone down on a rewatch, it has gone way down, and I didn't even have an amazing opinion on it to begin with. Not too dissimilar to Suspiria, but that one had a big shoot up. I haven't rewatched Sherlock Jr., but I would still probably think the same way about it on a rewatch if I did. As I did in the first time out. So, Sunrise, The Tale of Two Humans, as well, the title's wrong, because there's no song. If there was a song, it'd be fine. But if there's no song, because it's a silent film, and there's no song in the music. So, yeah. Why is it called A Song of Two Humans when there's no song? Okay, I'm nitpicking on that one. You can have a story known as a song, but it would be better if there was one. Even if it's just a small, quiet one. But, yeah, I think they should have just cut The Song of Two Humans, or changed it to Story or Tale, because it just doesn't quite work as well. And to call this story a song? No, this is too long for a song. Even longer films could be called songs, but because they're a bit more engaging. So this one, it's just so slow. I really tried. I wanted to like, well, I do like it. I wanted to like it more, but I just couldn't. So in the end, I'm going to give this film a 7 out of 10. It was originally an 8 on first viewing, but rewatch took it down, and I was really actually not looking forward to the rewatch. I can't blame myself. I am not expecting a third viewing of this film anytime soon, at least. Unless I have to do it for uni work, but other than that, it is not one I would rewatch. At least not if I had much of a choice without it being related to uni work, or because it's one we watched for uni. If it's just a film that I would rewatch, it is not one I would watch anytime soon. So that's it for my review of Sunrise, A Song of Two Humans. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Nicholas Payne Retro YouTube channel. So that's it from my review of Sunrise, A Tale of Two Humans. Sorry, A Song of Two Humans. But no, I was better. It was